Listen to that, GP2 getting going. It's not Formula 1 yet, that's the second rank. That's the feeder for Formula 1, that's the GP2 cars. They're just whizzing around. It's Thursday and we're getting ready for a big weekend. Got more and more boats turning up, getting busy down there. This is Aniko and mine very, very first weekend in the Monaco Paddock Club. Okay, so we're down by the track. Aniko's getting quite excited. We got, well, virtually driven into the Paddock Club because our apartment's got a couple of chauffeurs and electric vehicles are allowed all sorts of places that normal vehicles aren't. So here's where it starts to get really exciting. If I just think back a few years, we've come here for, what, 20 years now maybe? And for the first, I don't know, 15 of those years it was taking selfies, finding out where Raskas is, that's Raskas behind us. And now we live here. It's all a bit surreal. So we're just on a track tour. We're on the racetrack. We've got a two-time world champion, Mika Hakkinen, who is sharing his wisdom with us. So we've met Mika a few times. Last time we saw him was at Spa, wasn't it? And then we got back from Spa and we bumped into the local chemist shop with his kids. This is the Fairmont hairpin. And that's the Fairmont behind us. Now we're in the tunnel. So, just getting ready to leave for day 2. And this is our reception hall, which is quite palatial, as you can see. Absolutely lovely facility to live in, and it is, let me just check the time, it is 12:20, so let's see what time we get down there for. Okay, here we are, we're in town, and that took 20 minutes, so 20 minutes right through the middle of the Grand Prix traffic, because we've got a lovely driver, because we've got an electric car, and because it's got Monaco number plates on. I love Formula 1, have always loved Formula 1, and for the last 20 odd years I've been following Formula 1 around the planet. A little wobble, like many of us did a couple of years ago when Lewis got his 8th world title temporarily taken off him, but generally it's a fabulous sport, got its ups and downs, and that's one of the key reasons why Aniko and myself chose to move to Monaco. And what I'd like to do on this video is share with you how do you move to Monaco, because most people don't know. First and foremost, you do need some money, and that's not because there's any kind of snobbishness. Anybody that isn't, you know, a political risk or a terrorist or something can move here, but they want to make sure that you can look after yourself, financially I mean. And so in order to meet the criteria, you need $500,000 in cash per person. Now I say in cash, it could be stocks and shares, it could be gold, it could be, you know, whatever. And it needs to be on deposit with a bank here in Monaco. So for us, we use Julius Baer, which they've got a branch here in Monaco. So task number 1, get yourself $500,000 liquid pounds, I'm talking now, per person. In our case, me and Aniko, 1 million for the two of us. We've also got our 2 youngest children with us, obviously, because they're still at school. Aniko's sister's here, so if you're going to bring a few people, you might need a few multiples of that number. Thing 2, you need an address. Now, you'd have to buy somewhere, you can just rent somewhere, and minimal rental period here in Monaco is a couple of years, so you can't just rent something for 6 months. You're going to probably be in a 2 or a 3-year contract. And how much does that cost? Well, we've got a big apartment, lovely apartment. It's got 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms and 3 terraces, and yeah, it's gorgeous. But it's round about 50 grand a month. Well, plus the service charge, so 55. But if there was just say 2 of you and you wanted a 1-bedroom flat, At the other end of the spectrum, you could probably do it for, well, you could certainly do it for under 10,000 a month. A studio, you could probably get for about 5. So depending where you want to live and how much space you need, I would say realistically anywhere between 8,000 upwards. There's no upper limit on what you could spend. Thing 3, you then need a utility bill to prove that you're here. That's it really. There's then a process to go through to get your residency card, which will take you a few months, it's not years or anything, and that entitles you to stay here for a year. Over and above that, what else are you going to need? I guess you're going to need the motivation to do it. It's pretty simple in my mind. The average property in the UK is worth about 300,000 as we speak, and most people in the UK are homeowners, or they've either bought their property or they're in the process of buying their property. They've got a mortgage on it. That's about 70% of the population. More than half of them, I think figures about 37-38%, have actually paid off their mortgage. So it could be as simple as this if you want to move to Monaco. Just put a mortgage on an unencumbered property, raise, say, £200,000, which most people have got. They don't realise they've got it. It could be in your pension, it could be various places it could be. Use the £200,000 to buy £800,000 worth of investment property, 25% deposit, and on average, property doubles in value every 7 to 10 years. So in 10 years time, it's doubled. It's gone from 800,000 to 1.6 million. You now can move to Monaco. So you're probably one average house and 7 to 10 years away from moving to Monaco, if that's what you want to do. And I absolutely love it here. And it is the most glamorous place in the world, and the friends that we've got are incredible. The networks we've got are growing, and they're incredible. And it's just the most rewarding place to be. Intellectually, from a cuisine point of view, from an atmosphere perspective, I mean physical atmosphere like the weather, as well as the network and the environment. So people say, oh, you moved to Monaco for tax reasons. Well, not really. There are tax benefits. I'm not even going to attempt to argue that one. But if that was the only reason that we moved here, we wouldn't spend our entire life here. So we're probably only going to be in the UK for 10 days this year, something like that. We genuinely love it. The centre of our life is here, and you're one average property and 7 to 10 years away from joining us if you want to. And that's its lowest. Obviously, many of you have probably got £500,000 or £1 million quid, and they don't take it off you. They just want to know you've got that in the bank, so that you can survive. So you're not going to be a drain on the society here. And the other thing that would be very helpful is a European passport. It just speeds the whole process up. My mum is Irish, so I've got an Irish passport as well as a British passport, and Aniko's Hungarian. So if you've got, or you have some way of getting an EU passport, that will speed up the process a lot. It's not impossible with a British passport, just take you about 6 months longer. Hope you found that useful, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.